had the main event in Perth. You had mentioned ticket prices dropped a little bit for this one.
Yeah, it was like a week out, and it was like the arena was only like half sold, and they're like, "What's happening?" And so they dropped the prices. It was like 35 to 75 bucks per ticket. And it's like, "Whoa, dude! It's cheaper than the damn pay-per-view to be in the arena." But that's what happens when you put together this card
And people
in
in
Perth.
Australia on the other side were like, "Man, it's cheaper than pay-per-view. Should we just go?" And they're like, "Nah,
Yeah,
no, let's just stay over here."
can't
Hey,
be
shout out
bothered to go
Ghost
across the entire continent, dude.
for real. Shout out Ghost already joining us, saying, "What up, boys? Happy Sunday." Post terrible UFC Perth, but yes, we had
Yeah.
Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick the Devastator Reyes. Will, I keep on
Yes.
giving you credit all the time whenever we see Carlos Ulberg fight, because since day one, you've been saying this is somebody to keep an eye on. He came in against Canadian Zechuku, and he lost, but you're like, don't
Yeah.
let this fool you. Don't let this fool you,
Yeah.
because he's going to come back. And since then, he has been on a tear, dude.
Yeah. Which is, it's light heavyweight, so it's nice to see some like new blood. And we're big Dominic Reyes fans too. We
Oh,
always
yeah.
have been.
Always have been.
But yeah, Ulberg is just the ascension of Ulberg. And before we talk too much about the fight, might as well watch how it went down. This is
Oh.
why watch on YouTube, because you can see these clips if you want to see what happened in this fight. It's kind of brutal.
Oh.
Bam,
Beautiful 1-2, and he comes in with that
dude,
right hand straight from New Zealand.
that follow up shot.
Yeah, it
What
was
an
pretty
angle.
bad. And that was really the story of the fight. Will is
Whoa.
it? I know, crazy, right? Every time that Dom Reyes came in with that leg kick, because he was pretty hesitant to start off the fight, right? Like he was
Very
being
hesitant.
really cautious. He knows that Olberg has heavy hands, and there was a few times where he'd throw that hard right kick, and then Olberg would meet him, boom, with the stiff jab, like right
Hmm.
up the. Anytime he tried to close that distance and come in, boom, and then on the other end with Olberg, I feel like he had his timing down
Hmm.
and his range down, like almost immediately.
Yeah, and that's real quick. Shout out to Blunderbub. What is up, boys? I did
What up,
not watch because
Blunderbub?
I have been UFC detoxing. But I'm
Oh,
here. Yeah,
wow.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But there's some good stuff coming on the way. Next weekend, I think, is a good one. But yeah. So, like you said, distance, timing. Olberg understood it immediately. That's one of the things. One of his greatest weapons is, I guess, not necessarily dictating the range, but understanding the range. And anybody who has a good check hook, you'll hear him talk about it all the time, is knowing when someone's entering, how to slide just out of range to land that lead hook, to catch him coming in. And you could tell, I mean, he has it cocked. You watch his lead hand circling, ready to toss it over the top. And Dominic Reyes knows that as well.
Hmm.
So, like you said, anytime Dom would like even just feint in, you see Olberg just hop right back, ready to uncork that hook. But then you see Dom say, "Oh, never mind, I'm not coming in." And it was like 4 minutes, pretty much, of Dom trying to jump in and then throw hands, and he got caught a couple times doing that. Not big or anything like that, but you could see he knows the danger of doing that. So
Yes.
but then it's almost worse, because then he hops in and then doesn't throw anything, because I'm not saying he's afraid of the exchange, but he knows the danger of the exchange. And so he'll hop in, don't do anything, and then he's back out. He did it like 3 times in a row. And on that third time he hopped in, Olberg knows, hey, there's nothing of consequence coming in when he jumps in. I'm going to go. And he just hits him with the, I think it was like, yeah, this punch here, left hook. And then he just
And that
turns
right,
the angle and then comes across with the right,
beautiful
sits him
sequence.
down. Beautiful sequence. And, Reyes just kind of got a little complacent and entered the same way like 3 times in a row with nothing of. You can't just enter and then leave 3 times in a row. You have to throw something. I think he was just too. He was just too puzzled waiting for that hook, that he ended up eating it anyways, because he was just too hesitant. He's like half
Yeah.
stepping in. Can't do that.
Man, hate to see Dom go out like that. I know that he took some time off after he had a couple tough losses, right?
Hmm.
Want to make sure that
Had a
he had his mind
resurgence.
right. Yeah, had a resurgence, and I mean, really safe to say he was probably like working his way into title contention again. He was on a nice little 3-fight win streak.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Ulberg, dude, just looks so clean. It's so
Yeah.
confident, so calm the entire time in there too. He just looks ready.
Yeah, he looks ready. Hey, shout out my mom's here in the chat. Hi guys, been a minute, but I'm here and watch the fights. Um, but yeah, I mean, like you said, it's just Ulberg going into this. It was kind of billed as potentially a title eliminator.
Yeah,
And I think, Ulberg, you're ranked number 3, I think, coming into this. You get a knockout in the first round. Even if you're fighting down, right? Dominick Reyes, I think, was 7, but coming off some wins, like we just said, it's kind of like, hey, if you win here emphatically, you might be next. Um, and it's kind of weird now because I think, is it next weekend that Uncle Ive is fighting? Um,
yes, on the 4th.
yeah, and is Yidri versus
Idri versus Khalil,
Khalil on the same
exact same
card?
one. So
So,
you have what could possibly be a title eliminator there. But then you also
mhm,
had the Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes, which if somebody had an amazing finish,
mhm.
like Ulberg did, they might just slide into that. So, like, what do you do here?
Yeah, and so yeah, I was gonna ask you and ask everybody in the chat as well. And if you're not watching this live, throw in the comment. But like, what do you do next? So Poatan versus Ankalaev is next. That's next weekend. So it's like perfect timing for all of 3 of these fights, all contenders. If Poatan wins, do you do a trilogy with Ankalaev?
No,
Because
Uncle Ive
okay,
didn't.
so if Poatan wins and you don't do the trilogy, do you have him fight the winner of Khalil versus Yidri,
Yes.
2 guys he's already beat, or do you have him fight Ulberg?
No. Give me Ulberg.
You're like, yes, no, never mind, because we've already seen him against Yidri twice, and we've seen
Yeah.
him against Khalil already.
Yeah.
So I feel like if Poatan wins and they don't do a
Wait. You
trilogy,
you see Uncle Ive?
no, if Poatan
Oh
wins,
no. Okay. So if Poton wins, give me
yes,
Uncle Ive versus the winner of Yidri versus Khalil Roundtree. Toss Ulberg in there against Poton. Is
yeah,
what I'm
okay.
saying.
Why not the trilogy?
I don't know, dude. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, if
I don't know.
Postman
And
wins,
look,
it will be the battle of left hooks with Ulberg. Exactly.
I'm going straight off of entertainment factor.
Yes,
That's
100%.
what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going off of, right?
What if? What
You
if?
know me, Will. I just want to be entertained.
Okay, but what if Poatan beats Ankalaev and
Yes.
it's crazy entertaining, and you're
I
like, I
mean,
want to see that again,
nah, I don't
because
know,
then
man.
you could do Ulberg versus the winner of Yidri versus Khalil, right? Which is also, both of those fights are pretty sick too. If Ankalaev wins, now it's like the floodgates kind of open because Ulberg could get a title shot against Ankalaev. Khalil and Yidri both, that's kind of fresh matchups, right, for Ankalaev. So the winner of
So
that
there's
could
a lot of
also fight
different like
him.
possibilities that would be
Yeah.
fresh matchups. Give me
It's interesting.
Poetan versus over. You're like, you
Yeah.
know what, Will? That makes a lot of sense. Give me Poetan.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I want to see.
I just like that. And yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. I think all those fights are fun. I don't necessarily want to see Poatan versus um, Khalil or Yidri right away. I would rather see him fight Ulberg if he doesn't fight Uncle Ab next. But man, light heavyweight, all of a sudden at the top 5 with Ulberg, Khalil, Yidri, Ankalaev, Poatan, like that's cool. That's a cool group at light heavyweight, which is, it's been a long time. And shout out Jin, thanks for joining. He says Poatan versus Ulberg for me. It's a sick fight, dude.
Yes, thank you. Poetan versus Ulberg. That's what I want to see as well.
Oh, he's from the
That's what
Ghost
I want to see.
Squad. Hey, shout out the Ghost Squad. Ghost got
Absolutely.
a whole squad he brings around, dude.
I know it's
It's
so
pretty.
sick.
It's pretty sick, dude.
It's so sick. But yes, I'm down with that matchup. Hopefully that's what goes down. Hey, I'm actually excited about that card next week, man. I know we'll talk about it a little bit at the end, but it's a good card.
It's a good card. It's a good weekend. Next weekend is very good for fighting. I like
Yes.
it a
All right.
lot.
Anything else on the main event?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's much. It
Hey, but
was.
shout out Dom Reyes. Hopefully he bounces back soon.
Mhm.
He said it just wasn't my night.
Got caught.
Yeah, got caught. It happened. Hey, everybody. Romero and Will here. Thank you for watching that short clip. Just so you know, that was a small excerpt from what we covered this last Sunday, right, Will?
Yeah, we cover the entire event every weekend. So this was just a cutout from the live stream that we did. The link to that live stream is in the description. So if you want to hear about the other fights that night, it's down below in the description. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we go live every Sunday to cover events. And if you do that, you'll know for next week, and you can tune in and be in the chat and get featured on the show just like everybody else was on this clip.
We hope to chat with you live.